No. Are those giveaways?
Yeah, we just hand them out.
I take aways, so I mean.
Alrighty, guys. Remember, this is a great time for recording. A great time to get your Q&A ready obviously after the presentation. But I want to give Mario and the Replicator team a thank you once again. They're one of the reasons why we can afford to do this. So if you could please give it up for them again. I know it's hot and it sucks, so please, drink some water. But please give them your undivided attention. Please, I beg of you, let's keep side talk down. Let's stay off our phones unless you're recording. Give them 20 minutes of your attention before we can demo this product and get moving. Everybody good?
Yes.
The floor is yours, sir.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, really happy to be here. Thanks for everybody coming out here too. So I can I can talk forever about this. So I'm going to try to keep it fairly concise. Guys, let me know if you think I should hit something. But anyway, I'm with Replactor Supressors. We 3D print. So I know everybody's heard about 3D printing. Some of you guys may have heard some bad stuff about 3D printing. We can talk about that later. There is some bad 3D printing. Kind of what sets us apart right off the bat is we're more of a technology company. Most suppressor companies really just there's a couple that'll do their own designs, but a lot of them will just farm out their design. They'll grab a design. They'll get 1 or 2 or 6 machine shops to do their design. And that's about it. The QC's all over the place. We are very, very different. So we do our own printing. Printing is really, really cool. I know everybody's heard, maybe good or bad things, but if you do it well, if you do your parameter development, if you qualify your machines, if you look at the material sciences behind it, you can do it amazingly well. And so additive basically, okay, so additive is just 3D printing. But additive allows you to make metal that you you can't make any other way. So we print metal, we print a variant of Inconel that you cannot make any other way. The additive in there actually floats, so you can print it, but if you try to cast, forge, or anything else, it's never getting in there. It's not changing the microstructure. So the cool thing about that is down to the atomic level, we are actually using a metal that is better than you can get any other way. And with this, with printing, you can actually get forms that you can't get any other way. So if you tried to make most of the designs we have reductively just on a CNC, you couldn't do it. Maybe make it really, really heavy and really, really expensive, but there's almost no way. I mean, you just can't get a drill bit up around and then curve around, right? So some of the crazy designs we can do, you just can't do. So we have better metal, we have better designs, and we do it ourselves. So we actually don't have that middleman. So that's kind of what sets us apart. We have, let's see, we have like a full line. We have rifle, pistol. We just came out with the 22 line, and we have like free flow style. So if you've heard that, basically what that is, for those of you who don't know, bug.
Get him. Welcome to Georgia.
Yeah, that was a big one. So I guess I've talked to a lot of people that have never even shot suppressed before. So first off, shooting suppressed is vastly more pleasurable. You do not get the concussion. Even with ears on, you don't get the concussion. You can shoot, with or without ears. But when I first got into shooting suppressed, I noticed my guns were getting dirty, and then I was actually getting malfunctions, right? So that's just with a 120-year-old design. Basically, you got a tube with a bunch of baffles. They're just cones, right? Just cone. That's what people have been doing for about 120 years. It's great for the sound, but it's hell on anything semi-automatic. So basically, free flow designs kind of stepped in. So that allows the gases to divert. You can do a little destructive interference. You can do a bunch of turns and a bunch of other cool sciencey stuff, and let the gas just flow out. So you probably shouldn't because there's lead all over, but you can even feel it if you blow in a standard 120-year-old design. You can feel the resistance, right? It is just the air has to go back or down, stop, and go back out. So there's a ton of resistance. The flow designs, you can blow on them, that blows straight through. It feels like there's no resistance. That's not quite how you would test them, but it's like night and day. So really we recommend, we have some reduced back pressure designs for like departments that we can actually make full back pressure just by taking out a couple features. So if you know guys with departments that have 20 or 40 or whatever rifles that have already been tuned for full back pressure, but they're looking for replacement on their cans, we can do that. But anything new, I would just recommend going with the flow style. Let's see. Let's see what next. So there's in the past probably 20 years, there's just been a lot of shall we say untruths about how loud things are. 20 years ago, you'd get guys saying their rifle cans were 80 decibels, and 80 decibels. I'm probably talking louder than 80 decibels, right? So they're either not using instrumentation or they're lying. In the past 5 or 10 years, it's gotten a lot better. Specs have been updated, and there's a thing called Silencer Summit. It is not open to the public, but it is really, really valuable for the public. So every year, manufacturers are invited. Anybody can show up as long as you're a manufacturer and you have a production line. And everybody gets in the same barn, and they test on the same host with a mil-spec B&K pulse. So if I had a mil-spec B&K pulse and I was out here alone, I could move the microphone off 30 feet if I was, if I wanted to lie to people. Everybody's watching. There's 60 manufacturers, so there's no cheating. Same host, same ammo, no cheating. So you can go to the Silencer Summit website and see how people are doing. We have a write-up on the table comparing our cans to everybody else's in kind of the same category. So what we specialize in, you can use our cans for hunting. They're not going to be the lightest. The lightest one we got, other than the 22s. 22s are super light, but lightest one we got for rifle, you're going to be at 12 ounces. But we're talking full auto belt fed rated. And that's true full auto belt fed rated. The material we use retains about 67% strength at 1500 Fahrenheit. So if anybody's heard of the forbidden popsicle, it's literally cherry red.
12 ounces would put me at what caliber?
Oh, that's 5.56, 30 cal.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically we specialize in flow, hard use, extreme duty use suppressors. We kind of got something for everyone, but that's where we shine. So if you really did want to go crazy and do 400, 500 rounds in a row, get your suppressor literally cherry red, ruin your barrel, have 4 or 5 malfunctions on your AR, or just run through a couple sacks on 249, you can do that. Our suppressors can handle it, and it's mostly due to the material and the design. So, but anyway, what I was saying about Silencer Summit is in kind of the printed world with flow, if you want something for length, we got 3.5 inches. This is incredibly quiet for 3.5 inches. There's flash hiders this long. We're getting about 24, 25 decibel reduction on 5.56. Probably the next shortest suppressor that is flow, that is printed, is probably the MCQ, and that's 4.5 inches, so it's an inch longer, a few ounces heavier. It's not as quiet. This is the Ventus K. This is kind of the all-around favorite right now. It's unbelievably small. It's light. We're at 13 ounces. The shooter's ear rating is actually the same or less than our long one. And this is going to be the quietest at muzzle left. Oh, by the way, this one's excellent for SBRs, especially with night shooting. So we probably won't be able to get to do that tonight because no 5.56. But anyway, we got a couple pistol cans, pistol only, so 9mm, 45. We have a couple reduced back pressure rifle cans, and then our newest line is 22 cans. Yeah, these are what 4.3 and 5.4 inches long, these are actually industry leading right now. So we looked at Silencer Summit. Again, you guys can go verify all the numbers that we have written up. We pulled them straight from Silencer Summit, third party, no cheating. Anyway, we pulled some of the best cans from this, and we wanted to meter beat, and that's what we did. So let's see, that's about it. Am I forgetting anything, guys?
Yeah, I think you should talk about how the Inconel variant we use is maritime rated and it resists carbon buildup. So 22.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Joe. We were basically using like marine, atomic, aerospace grade Inconel variant that's been proven over the past 10 years. Inconel is great, especially with this additive, because it resists fouling. Like you'll get fouling, but it does not want to foul like crazy. So we have 20, 30, 60,000 rounds through some demo cans, and usually about the max, depending on what host you're shooting and a bunch of other factors, is 0.5 to 0.7 ounces. It gains about that much. Loses about 3 decibels for the rifle, and you can just keep shooting it. With the 22s, we're getting 8 to 10,000 rounds with dirty ammo, not like CCI clean, but dirty ammo without cleaning, with no no POI shift, no performance degradation. So it's a really, really cool material that we specifically chose for this application. Let's see.
You gained what, 1 gram over 6,000 rounds?
No, it's like a gram is really small. So yeah, like point 0.3. Well, so 2,500 rounds in on the 22. I think we gained like 0.2 ounces. Yeah, I think at about 8 or 9,000 rounds it was 0.4 ounces. So I mean, and if you guys shoot a lot of 22 long rifle, most suppressors need to be cleaned at like 500 rounds, not 8,000. So, and there are some other 3D printed cans that need cleaning every 500 rounds. So, these are almost set it and forget it. So,
and we're giving one away today, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
There is a giveaway.
So one of the things that we do at Train and Learn is we call it create-aways. I know Katie had touched upon that yesterday about everybody here in the staff is watching your performance, watching how much you're creating and working with the creators, how much content you're creating and the things that you're using. So we have a Ventus K from Replicator that's part of that create-away. So somebody here will be getting that create-away tomorrow and be bestowed that can. So that's one of the things that we do here at Train and Learn is to work on establishing those skill sets. So work it, y'all. Work it.
Yes, sir.
With all the beautiful children you have up there, which one is your favorite and why? Which one's the best seller?
Probably same answer for both. So Ventus K. So this was kind of like almost a 3rd or 4th gen. And we went through probably 80 prototypes to get this thing where it is now. It's at muzzle left. It's only a couple decibels louder than that 6.5 inch, but this is not even 4.7 inches long. It's 13 ounces. It can handle a belt fed. Shooter's ear is the same or even better than the 6.5 inch, and it's a really nice form factor. So for rifle, like this is it. I actually everybody was asking us to make 22s. And maybe that was my bad, but I was like, man, 22 is stupid. I haven't shot it since I was 18. And I started on it, whenever that was, a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So they're cheap to shoot. They are like stupid quiet. It's like shooting a BB gun or quieter. If you have a powerful BB gun, it's quieter. So yeah, there's an answer to that. Yeah. Oh well, and so yeah, this one we really made sure there's no flash on SBR. So you can throw this. I mean, we actually had a guy test on I think a 6.5 or 7.5 inch 5.56. We've only tested down to 10.5, but he tested on that, no flash. I got video of it. So we're talking 5.56 is ridiculous because it's like what it's made for a 22-inch barrel, so you got a bunch of unburnt powder just waiting to ignite.
Is the entire can made out of Inconel?
Yeah.
Okay, so no
There's thank you. There's really no welds to fail. There's no two materials expanding and contracting at different rates to like break. There's no welds. There's no coating. So another thing, a lot of manufacturers have to do that use different materials. They have to coat the inside to prevent like an alpha case, which is a metallurgical thing, but it just means basically at the microstructure level, your metal is starting to come apart at like 500 or 600 degrees Fahrenheit. This doesn't need that. It doesn't have an alpha case, so it is.
It's monobody.
Yeah, it is made for. Yes, it is. So yeah, and everything other than the 22s, everything is 1.375 by 24. That's the hub standard. That's the industry standard. They come with direct thread adapters, but if you want to use it on any one of your industry standard mounts, Reardon Atlas, Plant Q, Plan B, Psycho ASR, Bravo. I mean, there's 8 others. Whatever. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so for someone who is kind of like just like getting into suppressors and they're looking for that first suppressor, what would be maybe the top 3 or 4 things, or maybe the most important statistic to look at to determine, what might be, a good fit for them?
Let's see, top 4 thing.
Says replicator on the side.
That's probably
There you
number
go.
1, right?
Well, so if you're running semi-automatic guns a lot, like if you're running a PCC or an AR, you probably want free flow style. And not all free flow is made the same. Like guys will do 120-year-old designs and put little cuts in the baffles and say they're free flow. They're not. We have that. We call that reduced back pressure. We can take those cuts out when we're printing. If you need full back pressure, if you have a rifle tuned for that. But really probably the most important, because what happens when you don't have that is like you're just going to get misfeeds. You're going to get, your cleaning schedule goes from every 2,000 rounds on your AR to every 500, 400, 300. Those are probably the top 2. As far as like 22s, cleaning is a big deal. I mean, if you go out to the range and you're out at the range all day, like it's really easy to do like a couple hundred rounds. If you're, if you don't want to clean your 22 can every range trip or 2, like we got something for you too. So,
What's the life on these?
oh, I don't even know.
Okay.
Haven't failed yet.
Yeah, I mean, unless so, the only stuff that really fails that we've tested. Again, we have probably the best one is, I think it actually now has like 70,000 rounds on it, but it has probably 50 to 100 baffle strikes on it. It gained about 0.5, 0.6 ounces, so maybe, what is that, 35 grams? I don't remember, which is nothing. Usually with like your standard kind of suppressor, 5,000 to 10,000 rounds in, everything is carbon. It's gained a few ounces, and there is no suppression anymore.
Gotcha.
So the free flow style actually allows us to like not trap those hot gases. They just can exit.
Okay.
So like 80-90% of it goes through the outer channels, and you don't even hardly get any buildup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You say usable service. You say usable services? You can take them apart and clean them?
You cannot. No, they are one piece. There's no welds. There's no multiple materials. It's literally just and to clean them,
Yeah.
you can. So I mean, there's a lot of cans that need cleaning like very often. There's a ton of products out there. We don't make any. There's probably like 6 or 8 we've tested, and they're fine. Inconel is naturally resistant to like corrosion or anything. So if you do want to clean it, I mean, some guys just like really pristine stuff. You just soak it. You can soak it for 8 hours or more. Look at whatever you're using. Soak it, drain it, shoot it. You're done.
Not a sonic cleaner?
You can use a sonic cleaner. There's a lot of materials that are not and designs that are not okay with that. You
Yep.
You can use industrial grade ultrasonic on this. Yeah.
What about operation of the pistols? You got to have that device between the
Oh, great
suppressors
question.
and-
Yeah. So our pistol suppressors do. They're about 6 ounces. It's only under about 3.7 or 4. Okay, thank you. That you do not need a Nielsen device. So I think if anybody's not familiar, basically your semi-automatic pistol relies on blowback. It's a tuned system. It has a spring. It has a known quantity of mass. When you double that mass, it doesn't feed. It doesn't work. And so above a certain weight, and 6 ounces is ridiculously light, but still for full auto rated. but still you need a Nielsen device. So in that Nielsen device, it basically captures some of the blast and kicks it back into the piston that's screwed onto your barrel. That allows it to work, and we've tested there's 3 hub Nielsen device manufacturers that we've tested. It works with all of them. We try to make sure we test pretty much everything out there to make sure
But
it
you
works.
still need a Nielsen.
You do well on a pistol, yes. On a PCC or anything, no. So, yeah. Yes, sir.
So, for the unlearned, you mentioned something about muzzle left or barrel left.
Yeah.
That's not impacting left-handed shooters, is it?
No. Okay. So, don't let me go too long on this, but sound testing is really hard. Like, it's really hard. Nobody even does tone right now. And the crazy thing is depending on how deaf you are and where you're deaf at, like, what frequency curves you can hear, some guys say this is the quietest. It's not, according to the microphone and computers, but some guys, this is a really low tone. And so if you have like all of your hearing, this will not sound the quietest to you, but a lot of guys say it does. But the crazy thing is also is like the metal we use has Young's modulus that's really, really good for sound. So that just means let's just say like that's how the metal vibrates. Titanium, for instance, is used in car tweeters, like high-end car and home audio. You're gonna have a titanium tweeter because it reproduces sound really well. We use both like physical features, and the material that we use kind of resists vibration, and so the tone's really nice. It feels better. It's not that 140 decibels here and 140 decibels here isn't really the same, and it's really hard to talk to people about that. Like, we could probably talk about sound testing for the next 2 hours, but what I will tell you to try to answer your question is right now the mill standard is you do 1 meter to the left of the muzzle, so like a little over 3 feet, and you have a microphone there, and then you can do shooter's ear, so right where basically your ear would be. Is where another microphone will be, and then you take readings at both of those. So like, for instance, the K, I think it's going to be like 129 right here for 5.56, and it's going to be like 142.3 right here. So it's louder out here because you're right next to the blast that's coming out. And yeah, sound testing, it's really funny because like, I do love what Silencer Summit has done, because basically you can go download, for all these cans, you can go download 10 gigs of data and look at everything. You can look at the frequency waves, you can look at everything, 164,000 samples a second. You can go look at all the data, and it's just on the website. So it's really cool. Again, third party, nobody's cheating, but it's not really the full picture. So, let's see, any other questions, or should we, I'll just pop off a few rounds so you guys can hear it. You can use ears, you can not, whatever you want.
Sounds good.
Any more questions? All right, so let's see.